that one of us must kill. If one of our men has killed somebody, that warrior cannot immediately return to his family, but must undergo a ritual. We kill a black goat, smear the warrior's body with goat's blood and the goat's innards, and tie pieces of goat skin to his whole body. He remains in this condition until he can see the next full moon. Then he undergoes the cleaning ritual. If you kill somebody, you get a scar on the right side of your body. If you kill two or more, you get a scar on the left side of your body. If you killed a commander, you get a scar in your face.
After all the warriors have arrived, they gather near the river. The senior warriors speak to the group to brief them and bring them up to date. Among the leaders is one who is senior even to Kenya-Ugandan, a man of great power, both for the village and for the troops, the seer Ngei Mabo. It is his task to spiritually prepare these men for the attack on the Turkana and to predict its outcome.
The warriors are very superstitious. They would never attack without knowing if they will be successful or not. That's why they come to me, so I can bless them. If they don't, they will encounter great misfortune.
It's a mysterious world of old rites and beliefs. The seer reads the future from the uphill or downhill movements of cows and goats and takes these moves as signs from the gods. He also decides when a young warrior is mature enough to join the fight.
First of all, he must be circumcised. If he is physically fit, then he can participate in the initiation rite. That requires him to kill a bull. We smear his whole body with a bluish paste and the remains of the bull. Then he gets a feather. That makes him a member of the troops.
For the sake of demonstration, the young warriors perform an old ritual for us. Ancient songs and traditional war dances normally get them into the right frame of mind for an attack. The Kenyan World Vision staff are gradually getting uneasy. The reason? Even though the warriors are not actually planning an attack, this rite usually puts them into a state of ecstasy and, who knows, a shot may go off inadvertently. Eki Forberg and his colleagues decide they have seen enough and disappear from Amale. They move on, back to the Turkana. Here too, they have an appointment with the warriors of the village. They wonder how well the opposite side is armed. The Turkana warriors are already waiting in the hinterland of the small village of Kaptir, but they've come only with their traditional weapons. They did not want to show their guns in front of a camera, fearing that the government might find out about their illegal possession of arms. However, the traditional weapons are not antique museum pieces by any means. The group's leader, Ngube Lokvarmoy, explains how effective they can be, even in the age of automatic weapons.
During a battle, we divide our troops into two groups. One group faces the enemy, the others sneak up from behind. In this way, we can overcome the enemy, even if they are better equipped than we are. Earlier, when we still fought with our traditional weapons, times were much better. The rise of automatic weapons is a huge problem, because we are killing each other in great numbers. Also, the frequency of the attacks has increased.
While the old weapons were made by the traditional weapons craftsmen, the Turkana have to purchase their automatic guns from the same sellers, using similar trade routes as the Pakot.
In times of peace, we get them from a tribe in Uganda. We send them a message and they deliver right away. An assault rifle costs about 4 cows. Sometimes you've got to add another goat.
The price is rather high, both for the Turkana and for the Pakot. It's obvious that there must be an adequate return on investment through attacks and robberies. Ebongon Ebolo is the medicine man of Kaptir. The village people have great trust in him. He prepares his medicine from the roots of various trees. He treats illnesses and injuries, including those caused by tribal wars.
If someone is hurt during a fight, I cut open the wound and suck out the bad blood. Unfortunately, I have no medicine for injuries caused by automatic weapons. These patients must be taken to the hospital, but most people cannot afford that. The conflict has become worse in recent times, and through the modern weapons, the injuries are a real problem.
The increasing number of deaths are making the tribes resort to blood revenge, which again is making the number of victims escalate. A vicious circle of violence. The opposing sides are deeply entrenched in their traditional enmity, which they take as God-given. Instead of looking for long-lasting solutions to the conflict, they prefer short-lived retaliation attacks. An end to the conflict is nowhere in sight. A few days later, the time has come for the peace rally. Will it be a day of hope or a day of disappointment? None of the World Vision co-workers knows whether the affected Turkana and Pakot families will even arrive for reconciliation. Peace rallies often begin with a play that enacts the conflict. This time, it's the Turkana who have rehearsed the sketch. The stage is set, the actors ready to start. But before the performance begins, the spectators are startled when a group of unknown people suddenly approach the scene, albeit only as part of the play. The conflict is being reenacted. A group of Pakot warriors meet their seer near a Turkana village, getting into battling mood through traditional songs and war dances. The topic of the play is the attack on the 6th of January. It's important for the villagers to relive the horrors of that day. The spectacle becomes a means of trauma management, but at the same time serves as cultural entertainment that is thoroughly enjoyed by the people. As in real life, the women help to bring the warriors into a state of ecstasy. Then it's the seer's grand appearance. The drama playfully demonstrates one of the classic rituals. A goat is slaughtered, and from its entrails, the seer concludes that the attack will be successful. Then the seer consecrates the fighters, an archaic picture of a newly born warrior. Scouts are sent out to spy out the sleeping Turkana village and its livestock. The tension of the onlookers grows to almost unbearable anxiety as the entertainment is mixed with the memories of the real incident. For play and reality meet face to face here on the stage of stark reality. The attack has been successful. The villagers have no chance to defend themselves. The straw symbolizes the Turkana houses. The thatched roofs of the real round huts probably burst into flame just as quickly as the straw in the play. While the attackers are still busy getting control of the stolen cattle, grief spreads through the village. 2 children are among the victims. A tragic story based on reality. Among the spectators is also Esther Adipo, the mother of the 2 murdered children from Kapalibok. It is her story that is being reenacted by the villagers. In the play, the 2 tribes make peace shortly after the attack. The grief over the dead is soon forgotten, and the Turkana and Pokot join hands to rebuild the destroyed village. In peace, they live side by side, according to their own old tradition. Now follows the serious part of the peace rally. It's a welcome surprise that 2 of the affected families from the 2 ethnic villages of Kapalibok and Riting have actually come. Eki Forberg and his World Vision colleagues wonder what will happen next. Normally, hundreds of villagers come to the rally. In this case, because of the recent tension, there are only a few participants. From Riting has come the family of Joshua Lashakamole, as Joshua could not come himself. Therefore, his father is representing the concerns of the family. From Kapalibok has come Simon Locorio with his family. Spokesmen for both sides describe the current situation in their villages and talk about their frustration and anger. Interpreters immediately translate their speech into the respective dialect. Eki Forberg also speaks to them. He introduces the World Vision Reconciliation Project and explains its objectives. The current level of violence should be reduced, along with the cattle stealing and the pillaging of villages. Instead, trade between the tribes should be encouraged. The World Vision co-workers in Kenya keep visiting perpetrators and victims on both sides, urging them to lay down their weapons. During peace rallies like this one, the hostile parties are encouraged to find compromises and workable solutions, and to return the stolen cattle.
The meetings help. The 2 tribes come together, their elders, their chiefs, and word quickly gets around in the villages of the area. Each of us must make a contribution so we can hope for peace. Although my village has been repeatedly attacked, although relatives of mine have been killed and my cattle stolen, I also think we should have peace. I believe the village elders should agree to this. This cattle stealing leads to nothing except loss of human lives.
The official part of the peace rally is over. The World Vision staff are about to leave when they notice that the 2 families from opposing tribes have started talking. Reconciliation on a small scale. A moment of hope in this region of conflict. At the very same moment, a report from the chief of police reaches the group. More than 2,000 armed Pokot have gathered in the hinterland of the Turkana, waiting for another opportunity to attack. Apparently, the path to a lasting peace is a long and winding road.